your relationship is kind of rocky if you're going on the ultimatum in the first place. And now you're telling me I'm in a rocky-ish relationship. My partner just left the experiment altogether. And now you're telling me my girlfriend, who I want to marry, is shacked up with this buff, pretty boy looking dude for the next 3 weeks. Yeah, I'll be worried. I'm worried. Hey, what's going on, folks? Another episode of Ryan Reviews Everything. I know it's been a while, but hey, you know, it's holiday season. So yeah, I've been under a rock with family and loved ones and so forth. But I am back, and I'm here to actually just talk about the first 5 episodes, or give like, I don't know what you call it, like a recap, summarize my feelings on the first 5 episodes of the Ultimatum. So I'm trying something different. I don't watch a lot of reality shows, but the ones I do watch, I find them entertaining. And I feel like I really just watch Love is Blind or The Ultimatum in terms of reality TV. And let me tell you, the minds of Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey for just coming up with these concepts is just, yeah, it's wild, but it makes for good TV. I don't know what else to say. So, for those who are unfamiliar with The Ultimatum is a show about where you want to give your partner a choice to either marry you, or, you know, maybe I just need to agree to break up and move on. So if I'm in a relationship and I'm ready to get married and my girl isn't, for some reason, instead of going to couples therapy, we get the bright idea to go to The Ultimatum. And on this show, we go through what's called a trial marriage with a completely different stranger who's in a similar relationship situation as myself. That's what it's about. So, as you see right here, here are the cast members or the participants of this season. And so, yeah, it may be a good number of just pictures thrown up because there are a lot of couples and a lot of names. So, yeah, let's just get through the obvious. The original couples, these are the picture of the original couples. But the original couples, 2 of them left off the break. They left, halfway or towards the end of the first episode, if I'm not mistaken. Or early second episode. They left, it was an early exit. So we have Micah and Chanel, and then we have Dave and Vanessa. And, hey man, I don't blame you. This is not for the faint of heart if you're trying to... Yeah, this show is just not for the faint of heart. I still have the mindset of if my partner were to bring the idea of us going to The Ultimatum, I'm just going to say, yo, break up with me now, or yeah, just break up with me now. Because if this is your solution instead of something else like therapy or something else that's a little more positive, yeah, just break up with me now. But anyway, you know, it's not for the faint of heart, so I do not blame these 4 people, 2 couples. They left immediately. They went as far as agreeing to. They agreed to a trial partner or whatever, and then the very first night, they was like, you know what, this shit is getting a little too real. They were texting each other, and before you know it, they ran out of there like thieves in the night. Micah and Chanel were the first to get up, you know, and dash. And I don't know who texted who first, but I'm sure I can only speculate, of course. But it wouldn't surprise me if the conversation went like, "Hey, man, this is getting too real. Let's leave before we do something that one of us is going to regret." I believe that was Dave who was abandoned by Chanel, and then it was Mariah who ended up being abandoned by Mariah was abandoned by what is her name? Oh yeah, Micah. Mariah was abandoned by Micah, and before you know it, it just seemed like it gave like a domino effect. And I'm sure in terms of Dave and Vanessa, I really feel like Dave was the one to crack down first. Dave looked like he was about to go through it even before selecting a trial marriage partner. You know, he's out there on the verge of tears and all this other stuff. So I'm sure, I don't know what Dave said, but I'm sure it was once again speculating something along the lines of, look, we don't have to get married. Just don't go through with this, because there's always a risk of your partner sleeping with somebody on these shows. So yeah, I'm sure something was said that convinced Vanessa to get up out of Dodge right along with Dave. So who knows? That's what it is. I really feel like, I don't know what to expect in terms of who will end up being married or not. But I will say this: I do feel like some of these trial marriage couples, most of them are either in it for the wrong reasons, or it's just a friend zone vibe throughout the whole ordeal. So let's start with, I feel like, would be possibly the biggest threat if you're the original partner. Has to be JR and Sandy. JR and Sandy seemed like they were automatically drawn to each other, had some type of attraction, chemistry, all that other stuff. I really do feel like JR is really just out here experimenting, if you will. I really feel like JR is like, he even said it, so I'm not even speculating. He told one of the dudes when it was having, some guy time or just whatever. He told him, like, hey, I've never been with a white girl. I might take advantage of this experience, see what it's like being with a white girl. And therefore, he ends up shacking up with Sandy for the next 3 weeks. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. Because of the other couples leaving and messing up the situation for other people, Nick is now in an apartment by his damn self, who he has nothing else to do but to twiddle his thumbs and paint his feelings away, I suppose. And I'm not going to front. Like, he was already in like your relationship is kind of rocky if you're going on the ultimatum in the first place. And now you're telling me I'm in a rocky-ish relationship. My partner just left the experiment altogether. And now you're telling me my girlfriend, who I want to marry, is shacked up with this buff, pretty boy looking dude for the next 3 weeks. Yeah, I'll be worried. I'm worried. I would be driving myself crazy too. So yeah, Nick is going around looking like he's going through it. But I can't blame him. I think most men would have done the same as well in terms of just feeling sick to their stomach. So yeah, I think that's probably the biggest, entertainment of the show to me is this dynamic between JR and Sandy. We've already seen that they kissed a couple times, and spoiler alert, I think it was the fifth episode. We definitely see that Nick actually asks JR up front, are y'all sleeping together? And, JR tries to play stupid, like, yeah, of course, we're sleeping in the same bed together. Yes. He's like, nah, that's not what I mean. Are y'all smashing? It's pretty much what he's asking. And at least from the edits, it looked like JR was trying to Eurostep around that question. So there's that. I feel like the friend zone couple, in terms of the trial, the trial period thing, definitely has to be Caleb and Araya. They're clearly, have feelings for their original partners. And once again, it just seems like it's friend zone throughout the entire thing for them. I do really feel like at some point, Araya is, if anything, Araya is the one that's slowly, gradually catches feelings or whatnot. But Caleb is keeping it G. Caleb is just here for the friend zone vibes. Look, I ain't trying to kiss. I ain't trying to make out. Let's just friend zone it out for these 3 weeks, and then I'm gonna just try to make things right with my partner when we get back together and see where things lie from that. So I think that's an open shut case in terms of that one. And then we have Zanai and Scotty. I feel like that's a weird dynamic. I think they really meshed well at first. And then, I don't know, something along the way, I think Scotty, towards the end of those 5 episodes, started to get a little too weird. Started to get very defensive over small, petty stuff. For example, I think, what was it? Zanai was her name. I apologize if I mispronounced her name. Zanai is like, look, what was it? Scotty suggested 2 date night ideas, and Zanai didn't like either of them, and that somehow offended Scotty, which I kind of get. It's like, it's the same thing where like if you want to go out to eat and I suggest some places to go out to eat and you tell me no, yeah, I'm gonna get frustrated. But something about the way Scotty, handled it seemed like he got a lot more offended than what was necessary. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I don't see that being like a change of heart type of thing. I don't think Zanai is all of a sudden going to fall for Scotty. I think if anything, Scotty will be the first to fall for Zanai because she is attractive, and so forth. But I don't think Zanai feels the same way necessarily with Scotty, especially after seeing, this more recent personality before they go back to the original partners. I feel like is there another couple I'm missing? I know Mariah is out there single, living alone just like Nick is. So yeah, so let me double check. So yeah, we have in terms of the trial marriage couples, we covered Sandy and JR. We covered Caleb and Aria. We covered Scotty and Zanai. Oh yeah, and then that's it. So there's literally 3 couples. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, man. I'm actually looking forward to the next series, number of episodes that comes out of this upcoming Wednesday. Let me know what you think about it. Once again, just to recap, I really do feel like I feel like JR and Sandy are just here to experiment with the whole dating and possibly sex outside of my race thing. I think that's really all it is. It's just like a curiosity attraction, if nothing else. We got the friend zones couple, or the friend zone ultimatum couple between Caleb and Aria. If anything, I feel like Aria caught emotional feelings at some point, but that's as far as it went. And then we have Scotty and Zanai, who seem like they meshed well, but I just don't see it. I just put it that way. Let me know your thoughts if you watched the show. Once again, I feel like you have to be wild, and you have to have some wild ideas to put up this type of show, and you have to be even wilder to go on these. I'll leave it at that. But just from the audience, as an audience member from the outside looking in, I will admit it's very entertaining to watch. So, love it or hate it, that's my take. Peace.